Will you accept our Christmas Crayon Challenge this and every year? It's a challenge in which we are attempting to color the world with love, one crayon at a time. Now, as the folks who subscribe to this channel know, we've been hanging up what we've named Ornaments of Inspiration on our Tree of Triumph, our Ornaments of Inspiration tree, and we've moved on now to crayons in our Fields of Faith out here because we have so many requests coming through. The Ornaments of Inspiration represent people who are going through or who have overcome hard times, loss of loved ones, diseases, illnesses, injuries, hardships, estrangement from loved ones, addiction, people who are going through these things and who still continue to fight, people who aren't giving up but who are working towards overcoming, and on top of that, sharing their experience, strength, and hope with the world and not becoming bitter but becoming better. Okay, now it's easy for us to hang up an ornament or a crayon for ourselves, for our own personal challenges, and for the memory of those that we loved who were good people who meant something special to us. The Christmas Crayon Challenge, and these crayons are going up for the same reason as the Ornaments of Inspiration. However, we've hung up a special crayon, and we're challenging you to hang up a special crayon, and this is for the person that you hold a grudge against, somebody who you resent, somebody you might call your enemy, and somebody toward whom you might even use that word, which is one of the worst words in any language, that word being hate. If you hate someone, if you're harboring a resentment in your heart towards somebody because you feel they've done you wrong, and maybe they did, maybe they have done you wrong, what's so important for you to understand is that you're only hurting yourself. That person has no clue right now that you hate them. Maybe they do, but they're probably somewhere enjoying their life. Resentment is like poison in a bottle. You pick it up, drinking it, hoping you're going to kill your enemy, but you're only killing yourself. So your Christmas challenge this and every year is to simply wrap. We've used fishing line. You can use ribbon. You can use whatever you want around a crayon of your choice. Put it on your tree, put it on your doorway, put it on your wreath, hang it somewhere, and wish the best. Pray, if praying is your thing. Send out good thoughts towards your enemy, and what you'll find is once you've done that enough times, you're no longer going to harbor that resentment, and you're going to be at a peace that only you can come to know through forgiving your enemies. So that's your Christmas Crayon Challenge. We hope you will accept it this and every year, okay? Now, with no further ado, we've hung this morning 23 more crayons in our Field of Faith on tiny little cedar trees, and these are for good people who have shared their stories of experience, strength, and hope with us. I'm going to share them with you now quickly. Number one, Collin Robertson asked for a crayon for his two sons serving in the military and in memory of his mother and father. Collin, your sons, and we thank them for their service, and the memory of your mother and father, have a crayon. And I also want to point out, we put up a special bird feeder in between our Tree of Triumph and our little cedar tree decorated with our Ornaments of Inspiration for the people currently serving in the military, be they active duty, reserve, or guard, Coast Guard as well. And that bird feeder is for all veterans. In the past, the bird represents freedom. We've heard it said, free as a bird. I know why we're free. I know why we remain free. So that bird feeder is for them at Christmas and year-round. So Collin Robertson, your two sons, aside from the crayon they got today, they're being remembered with our bird feeder as well. Okay, Nico Ghana. He and his lady just lost a baby they were expecting. They went in for the ultrasound to see the heartbeat. When they went back for the gender reveal, they found out the heart had stopped. Nico also wanted a crayon up for his father, who died when Nico was only 2. So Nico, you've got your crayon. Jeanette Si, nearly killed by a drunk driver in 2001. She lost her parents later after that, and she's currently jobless and struggling with many health issues. So Jeanette, our thoughts, prayers, best wishes, and meditative practices are going out to you this Christmas season, and you've got your crayon. Doug Budd wants a crayon for his wife Lisa. Doug went on to tell us about how he struggles with health issues, and his wife Lisa is there for him at all times, never complaining, caring for him, and showing him unconditional love. So Doug, you and Lisa have a crayon. Somebody who goes by the username Spinner Mom of 5 Her daughter is 20 years old now, getting ready to celebrate a birthday in 2 weeks. Here a few years back, it looks like I've lost one of my crayons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'll find it. She was sick. The little girl was sick. She was 12, I think, at the time. Took some antibiotics. It had the adverse effect they were hoping for. She lost a lot of body weight. She almost died. The family's been through a lot of struggles. Well, Spinner Mom at 5, you and your family have a crayon now. Peggy Lobby. She simply wanted a crayon to get through the holidays. They're tough times for her. Peggy, you have your crayon. Jilly, her sister was killed by her husband on Jilly's birthday. That is terrible. And Jilly mentioned about how on her birthday now she always uses it to celebrate her birthday, but also to commemorate her sister. Remember her sister. Your sister has a crayon, Jilly. Mary Super, for her brother Chris, who's in his 50s and he struggles with homelessness due to affordable housing and whatnot, and their friend Eddie, who was also homeless, who is no longer with us. He's passed on. Mary, your brother, and Eddie have a crayon. Sherry Masser, her son was paralyzed in a car accident and he's currently facing amputation. So Sherry, you and your son have a crayon. Bonnie Matthews, in honor of her brother Larry, who died at only 50 years old. Bonnie, Larry has a crayon. Hoytman 68, for his grandma who just lost her husband of a very, very long time. The man was 90 years old when he passed on. So Hoytman 68 is for you and your grandma in honor of the memory of your grandfather. Renee Peterson, she's exhausted. She cares for her mother. She's got a parent she cares for, and she admitted that it's exhausting. She's tired, but she's still doing it. So there's your crayon, Renee, for you and your mother that you're caring for. Enola Gay S, you got a purple crayon because you asked for a purple crayon for your father, who was a World War II veteran. He died on Father's Day of 2017. He had Alzheimer's and pancreatic cancer. We appreciate what your father did for us. Okay, and you got a crayon. Thomas Nathan, this was sweet. Thomas Nathan asked if we put up a crayon for our kitty cat, Cleopatra. She's my PTSD cat. She's going to be, well, she's up here somewhere. If I get all riled up during some of these morning rambles, she jumps on my lap and calms me down. Cleopatra got a crayon, so thank you for that request. Pooh Ninja wanted a blue crayon for his father-in-law. This is their first Christmas without him. He was 92 years old and he was a veteran. Pooh Ninja has been a long-time subscriber on our channel. Pooh Ninja, you got your crayon in memory of your father-in-law. We hope you guys make it through the holidays without him. Enjoy the memories. At 92 years old, he made plenty of them. That's beautiful. Papa Do 64. This was big. Papa Do 64, thank you for this request because I would have never thought of it. Papa Do 64 requested that we put up a crayon for the children who are fighting cancer and for all the little children who will spend their holidays in the hospital. These little kids got their crayon. Thank you for thinking of them, Papa Do 64. Kathy Kitscat, for a young man named Jacob Jackson. Jacob Jackson has his crayon. He was hit head on by another car traveling in the opposite lane, or driving the wrong way, in the wrong lane at 70 miles an hour. I guess the driver was in a fit of road rage. He was an angry driver. This young man, Jacob Jackson, has been hooked up to a life support system ever since. It's been 2 months from yesterday, or 2 months from today. Very sad story. Kathy, this young man has a crayon. Our prayers, best wishes, meditative practices, and thoughts are going out to him in his recovery and everybody affected by this in his life. Lily Moon of O wanted a crayon for her 11-year-old grandson, whose mom had cancer, successfully overcame it, but then there's been other family hardships, and there's a lot that an 11-year-old little kid shouldn't be going through or shouldn't have to go through. So Lily Moon of O, if that's how you say your user ID, there's a crayon up for your grandson. We put up a crayon for Team Julie against ovarian cancer, who has been fighting ovarian cancer, and who she said found out her baby brother has brain cancer. So you and your baby brother and everybody out there fighting that fight has this crayon. Has a crayon. Okay, 20, there we go. 21, we're almost through. Ellen Fisher, big shout out to one of my neighbors here in Albemarle County, Virginia. Ellen Fisher, we know this summer she got hurt. She fell down in her yard and I think broke her ankle. I remember when it happened, Ellen. Ellen's checked back in with us and she let us know that her broken bone is healed and she's in therapy. Ellen, we're happy to hear that you're healed. We hope and pray that your therapy goes well and that you're out there next spring doing your flowers, your gardening, and all that other stuff. Number 22, Jean Moyer. Jean's been through the ringer, lots and lots of family issues. Jean shared the stories with us in a very long comment. Jean is starting over, trying to rebuild bridges that were burned or certainly damaged quite a bit. Jean is reconnecting with a daughter after some time of estrangement. Jean, you keep going. You're my hero. You got a crayon. You and everybody involved with that situation has a crayon down here in our field of faith. Number 23, Barbara Moore suffers from depression and chronic pain. So the holidays just kind of amplify these things for people who suffer from these things. So Barbara Moore, you got your crayon. So those were the dedications that came through last night while I slept, and they're piling up again this morning. So I'm going to go down there and going to get some more ready to come up here and do some more later. Keep them coming, folks. And guys, again, I just want to reiterate that, hate, it never hurts the people toward whom it's directed. It hurts the people who harbor it in their hearts. And, sometimes it's retaliatory. We will hate people simply because they hate us. I did that for many years, and that leads to us hating people for no reason and hating people who aren't deserving of hate, and just hate shouldn't be around. So let's color the world with love, not just by commemorating and honoring those who mean something to us, those who were good to us, and those who were nice to us. Let's hang a crayon high for those toward whom we hold a grudge, we hold a resentment, who sadly we hate, because hate has no home here in our hearts. If we can color the world with love, beginning with our own hearts, we can get it done. So I want to thank each and every single one of you for being with us for another dedication of ornaments of inspiration here at Homesteading Off the Grid. Please accept our challenge. Please accept our Christmas crayon challenge and put up a crayon on your tree, on a wreath, on your door, in honor of the person that you don't like very much. And let's color the world with love. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to give you a very beautiful parting shot of our homestead here at sunrise. We'll see you for more next time here at Homesteading Off the Grid.